I am live here with my beautiful co-host. Before we get it started, I will go ahead and let you guys know what I was drinking on. A little bit of Moscato, just something real light. You know, it's summertime, it's hot. I don't like to do too much, so I just got a little bit of Moscato. And I am going to throw the ball to my left to my co-host Rocky. What's going on with you? What you drinking on, girl?
This is something I actually picked up from 7-Eleven. The It's called the Dream Tree. You said what?
Who laughing back there? Go ahead.
It's called the Dreaming Tree. It's crushed the Dreaming Tree. It's a nice red blend. It's pretty good.
Okay, wonderful. Throw the ball.
Hey, throwing it to Kristen.
Oh, hey girl. Hey. So I decided to switch it up a little bit. I took a note out of Latrice's book. This is actually rosé, but because it has to be a but, I put a little strawberry lemonade in it because I wanted it to be a little light, a little tangy, just add a little bit to it. So, and it's good.
All right.
Love it.
And I guess I'm tossing it to Latrice.
What's up? What's up? I'm drinking Crescent Rose, and I also put a little lemonade in it too because I need to, not drink a little bit so I don't get hot. I don't get over.
Is that Crescent Rose?
Yes.
Crystal? Is that?
No, Rose.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the brand. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just pick that bottle.
Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and toast to a great show tonight. We have Deborah Joy Winans of Greenleaf. And I know you guys have been catching up. This is the last and final season, the 5th season.
Right.
Deborah plays Charity Greenleaf. She's the daughter. And so we're going to just uncork all of the details of tonight. Tonight, based on next week's show. So next week is the finale. If you guys tuned in this week, you saw what happened. Spoiler alert to the bishop. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all saw what happened. I know it was tear jerking. But we're gonna uncork it all tonight, so we can't wait for her to join us. And we're just gonna toast to a great show: love, life, happiness, wealth, prosperity, those Apple stocks splitting, and all of that.
I checked, it was like $400 a share when I checked on Friday.
That was what I checked. Yeah.
But y'all know Quicken Loans is on there now. Did you get some Quicken Loans?
Listen, Rocket Mortgage, I did.
Yeah. Wow. I got 3 shares. Like, okay.
All right. Yes. Yeah, they are my mortgage company, so I had to get them as well. Right? So we just waiting on Deborah to join in. What else is going on in the world, y'all?
Gosh. But did y'all see P-Valley?
Okay, so we check in. So we got to check in with our show. So we got P-Valley that we have to discuss. Of course, we got to discuss Greenleaf. And there was another show that we needed to discuss. What was that one? P-Valley, Greenleaf.
The Shy? Or
The Shy.
It was The Shy.
She was in my nerves. I have for her because she is a survivor of, sex trafficking. So let's start with P-Valley. Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Down in the valley where the girls
and her mama got down. That's what happened.
Y'all, I don't know who mama that crazy.
Listen, Patrice is called by the Lord. Patrice is like, I did my church. Patrice getting her church.
Oh, let's do her daughter like that. Like
trash.
So I don't know what that mother-daughter dynamic is. I just know it from a daughter's perspective. I don't know it from a mother's perspective. But why you do your daughter like that? Like I couldn't conceive of doing something like that to my daughter.
I think she's a great example of her daughter. Her daughter is her when she was younger, and she didn't have the luxury of her daughter, so she had to go to the preacher route, and they still don't care for her. So she don't have to shine like her daughter does. And she feels the type of way. So she's trying to like downplay her.
Something is not right. I want to see some flashbacks. I would love to see
Oh, you
all
know
these
they gonna
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I would love to see some flashbacks.
How many episodes is it in the season? Is it only 6?
I believe it's only 6.
Yeah.
Right. So tonight is number 5, right?
Right. And next week is going to be the season finale.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unpack.
Dang. So okay, maybe season 2 we'll see some backstory. That's good because I want to see why mom is so evil. It's probably related something to the daddy, to Mercedes'
It's
biological father.
related to her childhood, you know.
Yeah. Something is
And she was a hoe. Y'all heard her when she said, "I used to get down."
Oh, you talking about the mama's childhood? I think it's related to the mama's childhood.
That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
childhood. So, I used to get down on my knees. Okay,
It was a whole revival going on in that jail cell, honey. It was hot. But y'all act like y'all didn't hear that lady say, the old lady that was like, "What you in here for?" She was like, "Oh, I slit somebody's throat." Ma'am?
I didn't hear that. I have to go back.
Oh, it was the oldest lady in the jail cell, like the old one that was like, "I can't believe you raised your hand to your mama."
Yeah.
That
Okay, I
it
didn't.
was a
They
lot.
always, everyone in that jail cell was crazy. One lady was like, she put it in her baby diaper, the weed or something.
She put
That was
I
a
think
mess.
I watched that episode twice
I watched it
because
twice too. I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
yeah. I watched it twice. Huh?
The jail cell was crazy. You got to watch that whole thing again.
Listen,
That
I was
whole
cracking up the entire episode. Whoever wrote that episode had so many different humorous elements in it. I was cracking up at all of them. And I was watching it with my boo, and I was like, "You don't think that's funny?" He was like, "No." I was like, all that stuff is funny as hell. Maybe you don't get it because you a guy. I don't know. But the episode was hilarious to me.
It was a good one.
Wait, why are we on
excited about August night and Mercedes' new connection.
Yeah, that was when she got in there and cried, when she got in the car and cried, that was a good moment. That was in worthy. I was with her acting. I was like, okay.
But we're not gonna talk about the fact that August night boyfriend is after her and he in town.
Yeah.
Martavius.
Yes. Do y'all
Martavius.
Take his account, right?
What she said?
Yes, she's been siphoning $9,000 like daily out of his
right. In his account, he keep a record.
What's the name she's using? The alias. That's not her. That's an alias, right? Because she's
an alias.
2Ks.
Mm-hmm.
This person. Wait a minute. Why are we on strippers though? Can we walk for a little bit? Can we walk for a little bit?
I don't want to walk right now. Let's come back to that because we got a holy show tonight.
We got time to unpack the WAP. That's what I mean. I feel like that's a whole hour show.
We're gonna come back to it, but we're not gonna act like we didn't know the hook. There's some holes in this.
Detroit. Shout out to the Detroit house music.
We didn't know. We're not gonna like you know, that's a very familiar song. So we're not gonna sit there and be holier than thou. But I believe our guest is here. I'm not quite sure. I want someone to check for us just right quick. So anyway, we'll unpack WAP in a second. But let's just wrap the conversation.
I mean, I feel bad after we get to talking about Greenleaf. We gonna go to church with Charity, and I was trying to get my sinning out of the way first.
You know, real. Right? They'll be like, what was they talking about? What blasphemy stuff?
That's why
afterwards. That's what we do when we go to church, and you know, and then after church we do some other stuff. We're trying to find out if this is our guest or not.
So the shy Candy, her acting is pretty good.
I like
Candy.
Yeah.
I'm digging her character. I love Papa.
I gotta get Showtime.
You got issues with who?
I said I gotta get Showtime.
Oh yes, the show it's really good.
I say this every week.
It's Kristen, you will not be disappointed. The dialogue, the acting, it's excellent. It's a really good show.
Okay, guys, our
Really good
guest is
show.
here. So let's go ahead and bring them on. And we'll make sure we change her name. That's okay, Ashley. I'm sorry. So we'll bring her on. And we'll unwrap. Hey, girl. Hey.
Gorgeous. She got her wine. She ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Kristen,
Yes.
Gorgeous with that purple.
what up, though?
What up?
Hey. What up, though?
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you? You ladies are beautiful.
So are you? I love
Likewise. Thank
love that
you. I
color.
love that purple.
Yeah, that's my
Thank
favorite
you.
color.
Super cute.
Well, you know, we D girls. We're all D girls. So of course, we're gorgeous.
I love it. I love it.
Gorgeous.
So we want to welcome you to our show. We're gonna have our producer change her name in just a second. Okay. So we want to welcome you to our show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are a very familiar face around the city of Detroit. Of course, you are our sister. We love you, and we're so very proud of you. All of the different things that you've done. You portrayed your own aunt and Whitney. Now you're rising to fame on Greenleaf, and we just want to applaud you for all of the accolades that you have accomplished thus far in your very young life. So welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. That was a beautiful welcome. I feel good. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, you deserve it. We're very proud of you in the D. You hail from a very famous family, gospel royalty, the Winans. Your brother is making his mark. We actually interviewed him for the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call, him and his wife, Lisa.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. So you guys are just doing your thing as millennials in the Winans family. And like I said, we really appreciate you and we applaud you for all of that. But
Thank you.
we need to uncork some things. And before
Okay.
we
Take a sip of wine before we start.
Yes, before we uncork, we want to know, what are you drinking on? Because this is a wind up, and of course we do a toast before we start, but we want to know, give you a chance to let us know what you're drinking on.
I love it. Okay, so this right here is a Cabernet Sauvignon,
Yes.
and I love a good red. So this is my favorite right now in this season, in this COVID season. Yeah, that's what I'm cheersing with. That's what I'm sipping on.
Okay, cheers.
Mhm.
Winans.
We're gonna need it for this conversation.
Greenleaf 5. Yes. What are we going to look forward to? The finale is Tuesday, August 7th.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have to look forward to? What's going on with Greenleaf season 5 finale? Give us all the details.
Ooh, okay. I can't give you everything,
Give us
but
everything, girl.
I know. I cannot believe this is the series wrap. Like, this is crazy to me. It's crazy. But you know what? You will be able to see a completion. You will be able to see a family who has truly found themselves. A family that found their way back to their foundation, back to each other, back to why they do what they do. And I think that while you may be sad that it is the end of Greenleaf, you will feel a completion. You will feel the end of the ride.
Okay.
I'm gonna be crying.
Portia, that wasn't enough for Portia. She said,
That wasn't enough, but
okay.
I don't feel complete without the bishop.
Right.
I don't feel complete without the bishop.
a different way. We gonna try to come at it a different way, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to my co-host so she can get a chance to ask you a question next, and I'm gonna come back at you. So I'm just sit tight.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
I don't know how. I don't feel complete without the bishop. I'm just say that.
You are not the actress. Stop. Go ahead, Rocky.
But no, it just my connection to the show. Welcome, by the way, Deborah. Glad to meet you. Love Charity. Charity has been one of my favorite characters. Even if it was distant her, I was like, I'm rooting for Charity. She gonna redeem herself. So you recently reflected on these past 5 years, and you said it started conversations, which you're right. The show has started some conversations, and that people there's some healing and finding themselves, that people have found healing and they found themselves. So how is it for you being a part of the Greenleaf family? How is being part of the Greenleaf family done the same for you as far as started conversations or healed you?
Ooh, that's really good. Um, I've been able to not put a label on so many things and so many people. I've been able to recognize that we all go through things. I mean, people get mad at Charity and they look at her like she's crazy. But honestly, they hate to love her and they love to hate her because she represents so many people. Her insecurities, her pains, the way she wears her heart on her sleeve. And a lot of times that has been me. I mean, Kristen has known me growing up all my life. And I tend to sort of wear my heart on my face and my sleeve. And so I get her, I get Charity. And I think for me, I've learned to have more grace and more patience and to be okay with the flaws, because once you recognize them is when you can grow. You can't grow if you don't know what's not there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so what isn't there. And so I think I've learned a lot of just grace and loving the parts of me that may not seem so wonderful, because it makes me who I am and I can learn to be better. So yeah, the flaws, and giving people grace and understanding that they come from somewhere different, just like I come from somewhere different. And how will we move forward in this world if we don't give grace and love?
Right. And that's good. What the Greenleafs have definitely shown. You all will have knockdown, drag out fights, and then y'all will be loving. Don't let somebody mess with y'all. Y'all coming together.
Oh, don't
I love
do
that.
it. Don't do
That's
it.
a
Absolutely.
true family. That's what I've loved about the show.
Absolutely.
Kristen, what's going on with you? You got a question?
So listen, Joy, come on now. We didn't grow up in church. You didn't see everything.
All our lives.
All our lives. Listen, I have to ask you, like, from real life, like, what sort of similarities or nuances do you think that Greenleaf has really hit on the head? Or is there anything that you wish that they would have explored further?
Ooh. First of all, I'm just so proud of you. I was so happy when I logged on and saw your face. Kristen has been doing it for a long time, and to see you on here just makes me so proud. You're so beautiful. I love it.
I love you.
I love you. I love you, girl. So the similarities, I think, well, what I loved about Greenleaf is the fact that it is a TV show. So it's meant to be juicy. It's meant to bring you back week after week. And so people would always come and say, is this based on so-and-so? I was like, no, it's not based on any person. It's meant to be juicy. It's meant to grab you and pull you in. But also, it was meant to show people a different side. I think a lot of times people have been so afraid to go to church because they've always heard, oh, I have to look a certain way, I have to be a certain way, I have to do a certain thing, and I'm not good enough, and I just did this, so not today. And what the Greenleafs have showed you is, baby, come as you are. Everybody is flawed. Everybody has a something, but that's not what the word says. The word says, come as you are, he will meet you. And so I think that they did hit that on the head. Nobody was ever too far gone to come back to that foundation, to come back to their teaching and to the word and to the love of God. I think they hit that very well. I also think they hit some of the juicy stuff pretty well, because it opened up conversations that people have been afraid to have. We can't say that something has happened in the church and then hide it under the rug and say, if we talk about it, it's going to condemn the church. No. It condemns the actions of some people. It does not condemn the church. It does not condemn the word of God. It does not condemn who he is or what righteousness is or what holiness is. And so I do think that they were able to start conversations that allowed people to basically say, you know what? this did happen and I need to find healing and I need to get over it. It's held a lot of people back. And so I think that they did hit some juicy points that kind of turned some heads and shook some things, but they did it, I think, respectfully. That was always our creator, Craig Wright's goal, to touch on things, but to do it in the most sincere and honest and respectful way. And Oprah was very much so into the details of that. She always said that love is in the details. And so if something did come up in a script that she didn't feel would be honoring to the actual legacy of holiness and who God is and what we believe, you know, the cornerstone of the church, she would say, oh, no, take that out. So there was a lot of detail poured into what we did, what we didn't do, what we showed, what we didn't show, which I think has led to the success of Greenleaf.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm gonna just ask real quick. So it was the church. Was it Baptist? Was it Pentecostal? Was it Holiness? Was it Methodist? I just need to know.
I think it was Baptist.
It was Baptist. Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
You know, we grew up Pentecostals. We didn't do some of this.
I saw a couple legs and red lips in there. I was like, hold on. I ain't see no Haiti. Hold on.
No, you're right. It was Baptist.
That's funny. Latrice, you're up next.
Hello, Joy. You are so amazing. So I have a question. Do you find playing Charity to be a little bit irritating? Because at one point she was trying to sell out her family just to be a pastor or associate pastor.
Absolutely. I would get scripts and be like, oh my God, this girl, if she does not get her life together. But I loved it. When I look at Charity from beginning to end, the arc that she has had has been amazing to me. She has gone through a lot of things and she has grown up, I feel like, in front of our very eyes. So there were certainly a couple points that I thought, really? Is she really gonna do that? Because my Kristen knows my family. My dad, we always went to the movies, probably too young to start, but we saw everything. And Godfather is one of my favorites. And it taught you that you never take sides against the family. I take that very much to heart. You don't do that. And when I got that particular script, I said, oh, so is she really? Is there a silver lining? Is she gonna get her mind back?
Please, Lord. I had all of those questions, right?
All of them, for sure. Yeah. And so it did get frustrating, but in a fun way, because even as an actor, that's what you look for to play. You look for the obstacle. You look to find the things that are so far from you. It's like, oh my God, okay, I get to do that. At one point, I begged them to be able to slap either Judy or Phil DeMars. And I was like, y'all, I have a slap in my spirit. Can we please?
Right.
And they did not let me. I was so mad.
No, but you sliced her with that plink in the back.
Honey,
comment.
baby.
You sliced her with that one. That was like, woo. You said that, I was like,
Yeah, that was nice. I said, okay, if I can't slap, I'll do this. I like the word game.
Right, you slapped her with the words. Yes, you did.
I love it. So staying in that same vein of watching your character evolve, she's Charity. She goes through ups and downs all throughout the 5 seasons, and growing through those 5 seasons, what do you think is and or was her greatest challenge, and how does she overcome it, if at all? And will we see it? Like
Charity's greatest challenge?
Yeah.
I think Charity's greatest challenge was finding herself and loving herself. She married a man that she probably knew in the back of her head she shouldn't have married. They got pregnant at the height of her pregnancy with twins. He reveals that he likes men, and she loses a baby. She has a baby. Her marriage ends up in divorce. And then she falls for the next guy that is around, the producer, who in turn lets her down. She's always looking for ways to find something in someone else instead of herself. And so I think her greatest challenge has been, in order for her to find real love, she needed to start here. And I think what we saw last week when she told Phil, I will never trust you with my heart again, and she walked away, that was when she found that she loved herself more than anything else. I think that was her greatest challenge.
Can I say that I did shed a tear in that scene, and I was like, Charity, you better go, girl, and you better let his little butt know, because I didn't call him little butt, but you better let him know who you are and whose you are and what you're not gonna deal with. So that little one, that little one over there.
And I don't think that you would have seen that from Charity earlier. She would have been too taken. She would have been, okay, well, this man loves me, and this, because she's always wanted to please her father. She feels like she hasn't been seen the way she wants to be seen by her father and her mother and her siblings. And so earlier, Charity would have never walked away, but Charity was like, oh no, no, baby, I'm loving me and I'm choosing me.
I'm happy to see that it ended. I know we have one more episode, but I'm happy to see that,
because she's always wanted to please her father.
Yeah, I loved it, and I felt that in my spirit, and I was rooting. Yes. Okay. Next. Yay. Yes. Rocky.
That was definitely a pivotal moment for her, and I love the progression of Charity, because she's been sweet, loving, gullible, mean, resilient. I mean, she's ran the gamut. Sultry, because some of them legs, you be showing them legs, baby. Some of them outfits, and Latrice, we're gonna get to that. But I love how she's, so for you talked earlier how it's taught you how to grace and love, but what has it been for you emotionally, mentally, playing that role, going through those gamut of emotions and playing those different scenarios? Like, what did you go through personally at times to conjure up what you needed to do, portray the role?
Yeah, honestly, I loved it. It's what you look for when you're the actor. You look for something just interesting and fun, and when they give you these things to play, it's like, oh God, I really get to play. And then I get to play with people that are so amazing and so giving, and so they listen in every scene. Lynn Whitfield, Keith David, Sean Blakemore. Sean Blakemore was a wonderful scene partner this last season. So it's always mentally draining, but it's just what I love. It's what I enjoy. And so it's never emotionally drained me, but it's mentally and physically draining. To always remember that I'm walking in her shoes when I'm there, and how would she feel about certain things? How would she look at certain things? That all goes into building this character. And so it was mentally and physically draining, but emotionally I was good. I was okay. I was doing what I love, and I don't know, there's something about being in that place and creating that makes you feel empowered, and being able to share your art with the world. It's I wouldn't change it for anything. I love it.
Kristen?
Okay, I'm like, am I jumping in right now, or anybody else? So listen, I want to know, because you've done this, you have had the acting bug forever. You are just doing an amazing job. Like, are there any roles that you haven't explored yet that you would like to? Like, what would you like to see your acting career, ascend to next?
Oh, girl, yes, absolutely. So what's funny is I just wrapped a film, and right before that happened, I was telling my husband, I gotta do something so very different, because people always assume because I'm a Winans that, oh, she used to sing and now she's acting, but this makes sense because she sings in this role. And that's just not the case. Kristen knows I've never wanted to sing. I was never trying to sing. And so this role, I had to go to the studio for the first time and record music, and I was scared beyond belief. So this is something that I think people would attribute to what I would do because I would sing. And I said, I need something that is straight up acting, no singing, a totally different look that will really allow people to see me for who I am, the way that I see myself. And so this film that I just wrapped is really, really a great place of starting something new, very different character, very fun, interesting woman. And that's going to be exciting for me. But I see lots of things that have nothing to do with music. I would love to be in a horror film. I would love to do some theater on Broadway, just straight up theater. I would do a musical if it made sense. And I am open to more music in my life. I recognize that you can't just keep saying no to what God has given you. And I was in that place of just being like, oh yeah, no, I don't sing. Yeah, but no, I don't sing. Meanwhile, I'm singing on the show with Patti LaBelle, and I was like, Jesus, why is this happening?
It's beautiful.
Keep saying no.
Right. Yeah.
To what God has given you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It just wasn't my love. And I felt like I wanted to pursue my love, my passion. And so, but I'm open, but there are so many things I want to try, so many things I want to do, so many people I want to work with. But yeah, horror film, play a crackhead, get real skinny. I want to do a lot of things.
Girl, do it all.
I want to do it all.
Incorporate the crackhead so we get skinny. So we're gonna do that whole thing. Okay, I got you, girl.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay, Latrice.
So Joy, well, Charity on Greenleaf. What is Charity's style like on the show? I know, when it comes to church going people, some people like to be conservative, but what's your style like on the show?
Oh, Charity's not conservative at all. I think Charity was conservative her first year. But again, look at her arc. Charity was always trying to be the pleaser. She was always trying to do what she thought was the right thing, what she thought her parents would look and say, oh, good, you're really wonderful. Now we're going to elevate you to this. But by second season, she got a little, she got divorced. She realized she had to kind of get back out there and play the game. And so she started showing a little bit more. She got a little bit more free in herself, which I think you can always see someone's life by, or see who they are by kind of the way they look and the way they feel themselves. I think she walked around with a little bit more confidence, in season 2 and 3, and a little bit more bold, especially in 3. Things just got a little bit more bold, a little bit more, a little bit more grown up, a little bit more sexy. And I think it just represented her growth. So she was a bit conservative initially, but then she got a little bit more free. It was a Baptist church. So the skirts were short and the dresses were tight. And she was living her life.
I know that's
So I want to take you back to the singing that you were just talking about and how you say that you never really wanted to sing. And we know that you went to school for acting and acting is your love. But I do want to know, you have a single coming out. Like you said, you went to the studio and you're recording, and you have a single that's coming out. It's titled, I Won't Stop Breathing Now. I Won't Stop Breathing. It's out now. Let's discuss.
I know, it's so weird. It is really weird. This was never my plan, but clearly we make plans and God laughs. So through the singing on the show, it just kind of opened up another platform. I got nominated at the Stellars, and opportunities to sing just kept happening. And I was like, why? I don't understand. And it brought me back to when I was in undergrad. I was in undergrad and I wanted to audition for the musical Evita, but not to sing. They were doing this, I think it was 8 couples. They were doing this special tango number. And they were bringing someone in to teach this really hot tango number. I wanted to be a part of that because I love dance. But you had to sing to be considered. And so I put together a little song and I showed my dad. And when I finished, he said, "You have got to be kidding me." And I was like, "Oh my God, Dad, is that bad?" He said, "Joy, your voice is amazing." I said, "Oh no, well, I'm not going to sing in it. I just have to sing so that I can be considered to dance." He said, "Joy, why would you not sing? You have to use every gift that God has given you. It's not for you." And so it really took me back to that moment. And I just sort of was like, "Okay, Lord, I'm sorry. This gift is not about me. It's about you." And so I've started working on my voice and started taking voice lessons because I don't want to halfway do anything. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And we're going to do it with excellence. And in the middle of that, my brother, who you said you interviewed, Juan, wrote this song years ago that I love. The first moment I heard the demo, I loved it. And so then when I decided, I was like, okay, I'll do like a little EP. I asked him, could I have that song? And he said, of course. And so I did a demo of it, loved it. And I just didn't know what the rest of the EP would look like. And so I just kind of had it. And when everything happened during quarantine, from Ahmaud Arbery to Breonna Taylor, to George Floyd, I was just jacked up like everybody else. I was jacked up. And I think it was the first time that I really was like, Lord, where are you? I don't feel you, because this is ridiculous. At the same time, it was also the first time that the whole world had to sit down and look. Nobody could turn their eye. Everybody was in quarantine. Nobody could do anything. The entire world was shut down. And so after just kind of going through all of my emotions, I remember I got out the shower one day and it just hit me. My husband was at his computer. I said, "Baby, I won't stop breathing. That's now. That's for right now. Like I want to do a visual. I just want to have this. I want to do this. And I'm gonna call some of my friends and see if they'll make a sign." And he was like, "Okay." I called my friends. They were like, "Do what?" I said, "Just make a video. Make a video. Hold up a sign." They were like, "Okay, how long?" "Just 5 seconds. It'll be great. It'll be great." All my friends did it. My husband put the whole visual together. And it was the demo that the visual was made to. I didn't even mix the song. And then I started getting calls like, "Can we have the song for the radio?" And I said, "Oh, you want the song?" Oh, so then I got it mixed and, mastered and sent to radio. So that's how that happened. Yes. It's out now. But it's really just, it's a heartbreak song. It's a song that I think can go for myriad things. I think for me, when I was singing it, I was kind of thinking about my dad, and Kristen knows that's probably some of the biggest heartbreak I have incurred, which is the divorce of my parents after 28 years. It just was really, really hard. And so that was kind of a heartbreak moment for me, but I think it's a song that fits into every form of heartbreak. Whatever is happening, what I know we can't do is stop breathing, because then that means they win, and they don't win. Not in my book, not in God's book. They don't win.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. I love it.
And I was remiss. The song is out now. It came out in July, as you said. And everybody go get it. We're going to look to see if we can play it a little later. But while we're looking we'll go ahead and go to Rocky for her next question.
Well, I was actually going to ask Joy if she felt like giving us a couple lines, if she felt a cappella later on, if she feels comfortable before she logs off, giving us a couple lines of "I Won't Stop Breathing." So it's on your upcoming EP. So Is this going to be your first EP?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it seems like you, even though you love acting is the first love, you finding the you're finding that your gift, you have to share your gift with the world of singing. So talk more about the EP and the creative process of the EP. Is there a title for the EP yet? When is the release date? Like, I Won't Stop Breathing is going to be on there, but what else is going to be on there? Are there going to be any collabos? Like, give us some of the tea about your EP.
Oh, for sure. There will be some collabos. I don't have it all together yet. I know that I'm going to be done with it by the end of September. I work with my brother constantly. Juan is just my favorite, go-to. He's an incredible writer, incredible producer. He knows my voice, and he pushes me without making me cry. Well, I cry almost a little bit because he's a little rough, but it's necessary.
Get it out of you. Get it out of you.
That's your brother.
Get it out of me.
Right. Get it out of
me. So I don't have the name of the EP yet, but I do have a couple songs and collabs going that I think will be very interesting. I don't consider myself a gospel artist, but I would say it will be inspirational in some sort of way. I'm also not, I don't do a lot of acrobats with my singing. I think I probably have more of a pop voice. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. What I can tell you is that it will be sincere, because I said if I'm going to do music, it's going to be something that I believe in, something that I love, something from my heart. And so I think that that's the only way that other people will love it too.
Will it be
so
gospel?
It will be that.
Are you going to go to R&B a little bit? Is it still going to be gospel or a little R&B?
I don't think it's going to be gospel. I just don't think that's what I have.
Okay.
But I do think that it will be inspirational,
Okay.
and it'll be fun, and you will feel it. You will feel it.
Speaking of feel it, and instead of you giving us some acapella, we'll go ahead and take it to the lyric video so we can hear everything in its full glory tonight. Let's go ahead and take it away.
Might have to fight the urge to punch you in the face. Might have to scream to keep from crying. Might have to turn out all the lights and just go dark. If I said it didn't hurt, then I'd be lying. You put a bullet in my heart, you left me dying. I can't, no, I won't stop breathing, 'cause you don't like the sound anymore. And I won't stop reaching, 'cause you don't think I'm worth reaching for. Oh no, I'll wake up tomorrow, walk out my front door, with or without you. But I won't stop breathing, breathing, breathing.
I love it.
Oh, that was
So heartfelt. It's
Oh my
heartbreaking.
God.
That heartfelt.
It was amazing, beautiful, incredible, all of the above. Yes. Oh
I love the
It just
defiance
makes
in your
me
voice.
sad. Thank you.
Mm.
It's just, I just always say why are there so many names? Why is this continuing to happen? There is still so much civil unrest going on right now. But it's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to find a way to make a change, some way, somehow. There's something you can offer to push us towards that mark of true change.
And that song is definitely going to touch the world in a special way. I'm sure of it.
Thank
I
you.
mean, touch me.
Absolutely.
Chills all
Thank
over.
you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. So we'll throw it to Kristen for her next question. I know we're all kind of peaceful and zen and somber now. Christian, kind of liven us up.
I know, right? So let's talk Greenleaf.
Right.
You know, I think we interviewed Lamont Rucker last week, and he had shared that, you know, these next two episodes, or this week's episode and then the upcoming episode, will find some sort of solace, but there'll still be questions. And I think after people saw this last episode, they're like, I mean, what else could there be? What, I don't want to give any spoilers, folks, so I'm not going to say. But after this traumatic moment happened in the show, it's almost like, where do we go from here? And I know you kind of touched on, you know, there'll be some sort of closure, but can you give us an idea about what does closure look like in Charity's life?
Closure does not look like the end. It sort of looks like the beginning for Charity. In a lot of ways, Charity has just fell into her stride. She has just found herself. She has just realized that she loves herself. And there is so much power when you get into that space. I mean, I tell people even now, it doesn't matter what anybody else says to you until you believe it in your own mind. It doesn't matter. And Charity has now believed it in her own mind. And there is so much power when you have a confident woman who knows who she is, where she comes from, what she desires, and someone who won't take less. And so I think in some ways, Charity is at her beginning. That's how she will end. And I think it's lovely because then people can walk away with their own ideas of where this confident woman is going and who she's going to become and what they want to see. You know, it gives people the freedom in their imagination, but it ends in a very beginning place for her, and I love it.
I feel hope. I feel like the spirit of hope coming in this next chapter. I feel it.
That after that last episode, we need hope after that last episode.
We can't wait to see it, right? Okay, Latrice.
So this is the last season for Greenleaf. I'm kind of disappointed because now I want to see what's going to be happening next with Charity. Do you think there's going to be some type of spinoff for you, or because it need to be for you? Because I want to see what's going to happen next.
Charity has a fan club, baby. Yes.
I love it. I don't know. When we were told that a spinoff was happening, we were all like, what? And it's super exciting because of course we want the world of Greenleaf to live on. There are so many things that I think can happen, so many stories that can be told. And so I don't know what that spinoff would be or what that would consist of, but I hope Charity can be a part of it. I hope that people can see this new woman arise because they'll see her in a totally different way, a different light. And I think that they will fall in love with her even more.
Yeah. So speaking of spinoffs, we are hoping that you are in the spinoff, right? And I don't know if that was tea or not, because I don't know if it was public knowledge that there was actually a spinoff. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. But my next question is, what has playing Charity Greenleaf taught Deborah Joy about herself? What's the biggest lesson that you learned, and how have you applied it to your life?
That you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
Charity really lived her life to please other people, and she got into a lot of situations because of that. Her motivation was wrong. Her desires were misplaced. And for me, I think that that's big. I can't live my life to please anybody else. So many people, I'm sure, were disappointed in this Winans doing a church show that seemed to not represent the church well. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You didn't give me my life and you can't take it. You didn't give me my joy and you can't take it. I know what God has for me. I know what God has done for me. I know the doors that he's opened for me. And I'm not living my life to please anybody other than him. That's it. And it doesn't mean that I won't make mistakes. We will. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. As long as I get back up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go a little bit more into that about being from a family, the Winans family. As you said, I'm sure a lot of expectations, other people's expectations come from what you should have done and how you should be doing it. How have you handled that? What are some things, how have you learned how to be resilient in the midst of that and let people know, like, this is the path that I'm following and this is what I'm going to do?
It certainly wasn't easy. I will say that. Krista knows my family.
And they call you at Thanksgiving dinner like,
I'm not asking that question.
You said don't ask.
It's not easy, but what I will say is God blessed me with a wonderful husband who is like, look, this is us.
I know.
We're good. We're good. And it has allowed me to truly discover myself and the things that I love. And it really helped me recognize the way in which I felt indebted to be a certain way to make sure it was pleasing. And I was like, but I'm actually not a bad person. I'm actually a really great person. I actually do love the Lord. I actually am living in the promises of God. And he's working things out for me. And so it wasn't easy, but I've certainly been afforded someone who not just believes in me and loves me, but can also see my future sometimes when I can't and always pushes me towards it. And so you just really helped me recognize in some ways, you can't live your life to please anybody. Somebody will always be displeased with the choices that you make. It's not about them. It's about you.
Yeah. Yay, hubby.
Okay, Chris.
Awesome.
Ask a juicy question about the family.
Chris always trying to get tea. That's the problem. So let's talk. Chris could get the tea. No.
I was trying. Like
I listen, Joy. We're just so proud of you. Like honestly, we are godly proud. We are Detroit proud. We just are so proud of you. And like you shared earlier about the journey that Charity has taken throughout the season. And some people love to hate you, some people hate to love you, as you said. But I really feel like y'all got to give it up for Charity, the character, because she's gone through some stuff. And people don't season 1, season 2. I don't think there's been any other character in the show that has gone through as many ups and downs and character pivots as you have. One of the questions that I had, you mentioned that you would be interested in possibly like a horror film. Would you prefer to play like a villain? Because you were kind of villainous. You had moments of
100%. Oh my God. Yes. Oh yes. Yes. It is so much fun playing the villain. It is that I had no idea how much fun this would be. I was at LaTanya Jackson's birthday party this past October, and I think maybe a month prior to that is when season 4 had started airing. And that's when Charity really went off and was like, you know what? I'm about to get with Phil and I'm going to take my spot no matter the cost. And people started coming up to me at that party and was just I can't stand you. People I've never met grab me. I can't stand you. Oh my God, you are ridiculous. Why would you do that to your family? And I said, oh, they hate her. Oh my God. And Sam said, what they talking about? I said, oh, I'm really bad this season in Greenleaf. Like my character totally goes against her family. He said, oh, well, good. Now that's fun, ain't it? I said, it's so much fun. It was so much fun. It was so much fun doing the wrong thing for good. She had good intentions. She, wanted and felt like she deserved to be seen in the way that she wanted to be seen.
Right.
But she made the wrong choice. And it was so awesome. I was like, every time we would shoot a scene that I knew people would hate, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna hate her so much.
Wait, your Twitter mentions had to be in shambles. Like,
oh my God.
Like, how did you deal? Because I'd be ready to fight in real life. Like, y'all don't even know me. What are you talking about? Like, how?
Right.
They can't, they are, a lot of times people are just not able to separate me from my character. And to a certain extent, you're like, okay, that's great. That means you really care. Like, you like the show and it really means something to you. But there are sometimes, in particular when it's somebody that I don't know and they keep, grabbing. So, well, hold on a minute. I am from Detroit.
Right.
Let's not use our hands. Let's just use our words. But it's wonderful that they get into it in such a way and they don't know how to separate you. You just are the person that is damaging the family. And why would you ever do that? It's very exciting. I love it.
So we are actually running out of time, but we do want to play the trailer for season 5, the final episode. We're going to go ahead and play it right here, and let's see what we have in store for next week. Can't wait.
There's so much to say about what is yet to be. I want us to dream today about the new. We're asking God to help us love our past enough to let it go. Make me new.
Lady May better preach that thing.
I'm ready. Why y'all always
Make
like,
me new.
I ain't ready.
You ain't ready?
I'm not ready. I ain't ready.
Make me new.
Oh my goodness. Tuesday, what time? Eastern Standard, what time?
Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central.
8 Central.
It is a final ride. Let's ride this thing together. Show up on time for service, okay?
Show up on
9
time.
p.m.
Thank you. Thank you for quality entertainment. Thank you.
Yes, we
Absolutely. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
We're looking for everything that you have to bring to this world, share with this world. We're looking forward to that horror film. Okay.
Yes, it's gonna happen. I love it, ladies. Thank you so much for having me. This was
please
beautiful.
let us know when the EP comes.
Absolutely, I
On
will.
the EP, please.
Yes.
Movies, music, all of it. And we're going to toast to a wonderful finale that we can not continuously cry from, right? Because we know we're going to shed some tears, but we don't want to shed a lot of tears that night. But we're going to definitely toast to a great finale and also toast to that spinoff that we know that we're going to see you in as well.
I love it. Cheers, ladies.
Cheers. Okay. Thank you so much. And we will definitely all be tuning in on Tuesday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Hey, y'all. Last season. Last episode.
Why does hour be going by so fast?
Because we be talking about everything.
Everything.
They were all wearing black in that finale though, so I ain't okay.
They were dressed up though. They were dressed, they were dressed.
They were looking like they were in funeral gear though.
They had purple on, so I did notice that. So y'all think they're gonna kill off the bishop?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna say
kill
him off, because if you watch this last week's episode, you know what.
Right, I'm like, first you're trying to clean it up.
I'm trying,
I'm listening like,
I'm trying to not
It didn't happen.
I'm just saying. Well, if you watched last week, you know what happened. So
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. He wasn't
And if you
dead.
haven't, and you're online, chances are you didn't seen some things. Because spoilers.
It's been a whole week, right? The window has passed.
Right. Yeah, if you haven't seen it by now, oh well, spoiler alert. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but we do need to uncork just a little bit of tea. Not tea, wine. We need to uncork a little bit of wine. And talk about WAP right quick, and then let's go ahead and wrap. Because y'all know we over. But there's some holes in this house.
I know, Detroit anthem.
If you see them, point them out. Not that I know the lyrics to the old song.
We all know the lyrics. This is the thing. We all grew up on Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown. Like, it's so many folks on the interweb.
Five crew, like, stop.
All in a bunch
Yeah.
about this. And I'm like, y'all, I didn't say anything purposely online because I'm like, y'all, listen, y'all so worried about other people and y'all ain't even focused on what y'all need to be focused on in your own house. Like,
right.
Unless you have a cat,
Exactly.
Just like they were talking, they were talking mess about Moesha too. They were talking mess about Moesha. I mean, come on, like you trying to judge that show through the lens of 2020, and pretty much Cardi and Meg are the 2020 Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown, and it's always a problem when a woman exercises her sexual liberation. When she talks about what she wants to do with her body, it's not an issue when a man talks about it. We already know what the deal is. So
I didn't get your comparison with Moesha. I didn't make that connection. What were you referring to?
So Moesha was released on Netflix, and people are saying that pretty much it was a lot of sexism.
I thought you was saying it in terms of.
No, I'm just saying how people. I was going back to Krista's point. How people talk mess about media. How they just make a big deal out of nothing. They just,
Out of everything.
how we criticize the media.
So I do want to ask y'all, do you guys think that the video was sexual liberation or sexual exploitation?
Both. But they chose to do it. They're choosing. It's not like someone's exploiting them. They're or liberating. They're doing it themselves. And I mean, I don't see.
It's not exploitation if you're doing it yourself.
Right. So I mean, I think they're choosing how they exhibitionist with it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be clear, the video was fire. First and foremost,
I think
the video was fire.
And here's my stance on it. It's art. That's the way that they choose
It
to
is art.
present their art. You can't be mad at someone else for displaying the art that they want to display the way that they want to display it. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
and there were a lot of pop culture references. It's none of that was really new though.
What do y'all think about Kylie Jenner being in that video? Because from what I hear, the interwebs has a full-on change with the petition asking them to remove Miss Kylie Jenner from the video.
Disjointed. It was so disconnected. It had no place in the video. There, like, if there was a storyline to the video, I didn't get hers. Like, it was unnecessary.
No,
Why
it's
was
just
she?
Clout. It's just
Yeah.
It was clout, but
aren't they hanging together?
Are they? Oh, you're right.
That she was kicking it. Her and Tory Lanez were kicking it with Kylie Jenner.
Meg was at her house. You're right.
So that's their friend for the moment. That's their BFF for the moment. That's what it is. And it's clout because we love the Kardashians, you know. But I thought the imagery was awesome, and there were a lot of former old 90s hip hop pop references. There was some Missy Elliott. There was some Busta Rhymes up in there. So it's not like any of this was really new. They just took it to the next level. They had a little Aaliyah in there with the snakes and all of that.
Okay, next question. I need to know which one of y'all bringing the pin curl ponytail back.
No.
Listen, I need one person to do it, and I will.
That's my prom picture. My prom picture.
These will be on tomorrow.
And I didn't like it then. I don't think I've ever had a pin curl ponytail. And
I did.
A picture.
Listen.
That was hilarious.
I had me a nice little pin curl with the swoop and whoop. That thing was vicious.
Right up there with the French rolls.
French roll. I had that too.
I don't recall.
Are French rolls coming back?
I hope not.
Word on the street, I haven't seen a few. I'm wondering.
But it was a mix of modern and past. That's what I liked about it. You know, like the statue squatting, that was an ode to Lil Kim, and you know, the hair and all of that. I liked it. Y'all know I'm not really a Cardi fan, but I love how they collaborating and coming together. Just make it do what it do.
I'm not a Cardi fan. I'm a Cardi fan. I love Cardi. I love Cardi.
Listen,
I love Cardi.
Rocky, I'm gonna need you to put together like cliff notes for me for Black is King, because you got the references like down pat, and yeah, I just need somebody to help.
I still have to watch Black is King. You know what? To be honest, I have to still watch it. So no, but actually, I'm a hip hop fiend. So it's just as soon as I saw the video, I was like, it's reminding me of all these different images. So
yeah,
no, I love Cardi's style. Yeah.
I love Cardi B, and I think she ripped it in it, and I think the beat is dope. I think the lyrics are a little racy and saucy and all of that, but I mean, okay.
Like I said, Lil Kim, come on now. Who got Lil Kim hardcore first album? Come on now.
I mean,
do you like Lil Kim hardcore? Foxy Brown, Il Na Na?
I started to unleash lyric, and I said, nope, can't say that. Nope, can't say that. Okay, yeah, can't say that either. Yeah, I actually have to listen to the unedited version, because I didn't even listen to the unedited version. I just saw the video on Apple Music, and it was a whole lot of blurps and bleeps, and I said, okay, I'm just here for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely for adults, but look, we come from the generation, we used to listen to 2 Live Crew. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Come on, 2 Live Crew, Biggie.
There's some hoes in this house. If you see them, point them out.
Point them out.
If you see them, point them out.
Do I think it's something our young kids should look at? No, I don't think it's something for our young teens. I definitely would not. I don't want my daughter.
Parents, they already good with their kids from that.
Right.
Like,
I don't censor that for kids. How do you censor?
I don't envy y'all at all.
I've already seen it. They got Instagram.
So at midnight when it dropped, like.
Yeah. No, my daughter saw it. I just try to have mature conversations with her, like, and like my son's phone, I have the restrictions where he can't, watch explicit. But my daughter about to be 17, so she know what it is, and we just have a conversation. And I love that she likes that, but she also loves some En Vogue and some Jodeci, so she understands the gamut of music that's out there. It is what it is. So people just
and we are definitely over, but we had to chime in. We had to uncork what was really going on with WAP, and y'all do know what it stands for. Y'all know what it stands for, right?
I was trying to Google the lyric. I mean, what WAP means. But what does WAP
know what it means? You just don't know.
It rhymes with.
You have one. You have one, Latrice.
Oh, so I put it up there.
You have one. You own one.
We should have played the game. Rhymes with. So it rhymes with
wet and gushy.
I see somebody put it up there.
That was the easy version. You should have said something harder.
Girl, bye.
But
so anyway, y'all, we are back next week. We have a fantastic show next week, guys. We have Kalita Smith. Kalita has done a lot of things, but one of her most notable roles was the wife, Wanda, in Bernie Mac's show. She's also on Z Nation. She just played in Influence, Carl Weber's Influence. So we are definitely back next week with Kalita Smith, and I can't wait to talk to her. And she's a fun interview too, y'all. Like, she's super fun.
Yeah, so, I can't wait to hear her Bernie Mac story.
On Bounce.
She's also on Bounce. Yes, we have definitely interviewed her for that show as well. So yes, we can't wait. She's a veteran in the game. She's beautiful. She's still rocking it. And so, we just can't wait to talk to her next week. So y'all, if y'all still online, tune in next week, same time, same place, where we will be uncorking everything. The Wine Up crew. And let's just put ourselves out, y'all. Fantastic.
Take it to the head.
This 7-Eleven wine ain't that bad. Okay. I'm impressed.
Don't tell nobody else you got your wine from.
Hey, but it was $14. Hey.
Girl.
Get it how you get it.
I had to do what I had to do. Situation.
Okay, y'all. I love y'all. We will holler at y'all next
Love you
week.
too, y'all. See y'all this week. Next
Okay. Bye-bye. Hold on.